Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Silver Bowl. I'm Bob Ross along with Warren Altamore and Wayne Bright Brokenshire, bringing you tonight's game from Mount Carmel. Rainy night, windy night, Mount Carmel area against the Shikellamy Braves, and always a big game, has always been a big matchup, and this will be another one tonight. Now Warren's back in business with us.
I had a little talk with the producer, and I don't want to go into it right now, but there'll be a suit over this.
Okay, well, we're talking about the Braves, so
there's
let's go.
There's a game tonight?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, right, okay. No, actually, the Braves come in. This is a game that it's sometimes hard to call. Last year we had the conversation before the game. We didn't do the telecast, and we said it was hard to tell what Shikellamy was bringing to the table. And again, I think you're going to look at their record and what they've done this year, and you're going to look at the size of the team, and you're going to say, I wonder what Shikellamy is going to do tonight. It's a hard call. Now, of course, the weather's not the best. The field is soft and probably a little slippery. They're expecting rain throughout the evening and all night, so that could play a little bit of a factor in the two game plans. But again, this is probably more of an unknown game than we've had all year to see what the Braves are going to do tonight and what we're going to be looking at and how well they're going to play.
Wayne, talk a little bit about the kicking. A strong wind blowing tonight. Projected 15 to 25 miles an hour wind. Affects the kickers a lot.
Oh, most definitely. You're looking to play with the wind, especially in your punting fourth down to keep the team down in the hole. The other thing is you're coming back the opposite way. You have to keep those kicks down low to drive them into the wind rather than getting them up high.
Captains meet at the center of the field, and so far the rain's held off. A little bit of rain today affected the crowd, I think, a lot tonight because they were calling for a lot of rain, and in particular the Shikellamy side, a very poor crowd over there tonight. But I guess sometimes when you're 4-3, that happens.
I didn't get a chance at Supper Club last night. I unfortunately had to miss it. But are they still running the same offense that has made them known and loved throughout the area, the wing tee? Are we going to see them line up in that again
You are
tonight?
certainly going to see them line up in that tonight. They have tried to do a little more passing, but it's just not working out for them, and you'll see that happen.
This is true. I mean, it's a tried and true offense, but not used very much any longer. The teams that do use it has made it kind of a cult offense. Those teams, they only run it, they like it, and they're very successful at it. But when you look at it on the field, and it's always amazing to me every year how different it is from other offense and how much different it will be from our offense. And it always seems like it's an odd offense to be running, but they've had it forever. They're successful with it. They like it, and apparently they're not going to change it anytime soon. So it's just fun to watch a little bit different offense than you're used to throughout the year.
You're there with Dick Purnell. A few years ago, they had two other head coaches. Dick Purnell was off for a couple of years, came back, after his 60s and 70s, some of the great teams that he had back then. They brought him back again for a second try, and he stayed with what he had before and what he won with before.
Mount Carmel won the toss, and they deferred it over to the Shikellamy Braves.
The thing that makes you always wonder about that offense when you're on our side of the ball, of course, is you have to defense it so differently, so change it, and it's the only time of the year you're doing it.
Right.
Then you're going to go back to your other defense because you're going to see pretty much the same pro offenses that you're used to. This one just gives you a fit all the time because it's the only time of the year you're actually going to do it. It's like going up a team that's a strictly option team. You change your whole defense to face that option team, then you have to change it all the way back again to go back to a regular offense.
Well, Mount Carmel will kick off to start this ball game. Kicking off for the Red Tornadoes, number 42, Mike Sinkovich.
Of course, the significance of Shikellamy more than anything now, the rivalry has kind of died away than what it used to be. I guess in the late 60s and early 70s, it was the blood match. But they are a 3A team, and that's what's important to us.
We did talk about a little bit over there before the game, a couple of us, and we were saying you had to be here at 6 o'clock to even get a seat. It didn't matter, rain or shine, and that part of it's changed. But Sinkovich kicking with the wind. Ball taken by number 27, Sean Dodge. Finds some running room and brings it up to about the 37-yard line. Tackle made by number 42, Mike Sinkovich. First down, Braves from about the 46 or 36-yard line. Defensively for the Red Tornadoes, at ends, number 30, Sean Jamin, and number 83, Eric Higgins. At the tackle, 76, Mike Boyer, and 77, Bill Anderson. And at nose, 61, Jamie Rowland. Paul at quarterback for the Shikellamy Braves, number 5, Josh Paul.
Going to a 6-man line.
Hands off to Dodge, finds some running room with a nice block and tackle made by Gretzky on about the 41-yard line, but a good block there, Wayne.
Yes, it was. It was a very good block. Good lead block, and the runner actually slipped on the ground. He probably would have picked up some good yardage there. We come out with a 6-man line, defensive line there. They did kick out the end and block down on the tackle and put a big hole in.
Now this is an offense that's going to try to put you to sleep, though, because it's just going to grind and whack at you all night.
Second down and about 6 yards to go. 32, the ball carrier. Out around the left side, and a good tackle made by Eric Higgins. The defensive end did a great job and helped out over there by number 27, Dave Evans.
And that was basically the same play, just to the other side. I mean, you're not gonna see a ton of different plays. You're gonna see a lot of maybe 5, 6, 7 plays like that, but just executed very well. And that's the Braves' bread and butter. That's how they win football games.
Actually, right now, Fatul, their big fullback, who really is the starter, and he hasn't been in the game yet. That was Vivakis, the ball carrier, number 32. So 36 now into the ball game. Drew Fatul, the big fullback, and more than likely on a 4-yard play here, they'll go with him. And it's going to be a pass play. Looks at the tight end breaking and nailed hard by Jamie Rowland, and also in there at 30, Sean Jamin.
That
should have been a fumble.
Yeah, I almost thought he was going to call it a fumble, to tell you the truth. That was a little bit of an odd call, I think, to open the game up on a first series like that with 4 yards to go when you're that type of offense to begin with. I was a little surprised like you.
He had a big tight end breaking down the field, but he never ever looked at him. So punt formation for the Braves. Kicks away into the wind, bounces, rolls on about the 33-yard line, down by the Braves. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes from about the 33-yard line.
That was an indication of what the wind will do. I mean, there's a ball that went up, hit a wall, and dropped, and it is just blowing fiercely across the field right now, and it's expected to grow worse as the game goes on.
Well, with the punt, if you don't get the complete spiral to get the ball to turn over like that to cut through the wind, and it's exactly correct. That's what's going to happen. It's going to die.
Vic Kernaski at quarterback for the Red Tornadoes. Ball's handed off to Veach. Off the right side, nice block in there by the Red Tornado line. Tackle made by number 68 from the Braves, which is Jim Souter. Gain of about 6 yards.
I think if you see anything else in this game, you can probably look forward to probably seeing some less turnovers. I'm sure that was stressed throughout the entire week after Big Red probably committed as many turnovers last week as they want to commit in the whole season.
This one's the Costello. Finds some running room. First down, Red Tornadoes. The big fullback breaks it up the middle. Right now, the offensive line in there for the Red Tornadoes at center, number 74, John Feddock. The guard, 61, Jamie Rowland, and number 58, Ron Davis. At tackles, number 76, Mike Boyer, and 68, Brian Lepotsky.
Well, you have to give the center of the line credit on those two plays. There were some nice holes in there for Veach and for Costello to go through.
First down, Red Tornadoes from the 49-yard line. This one's the Costello again, up the middle. Big carry to about 9 yards, close to a first down. And when safeties are making your tackle, number 27 on the tackle, Sean Dodge, you have a little problem, Warren.
You're in serious trouble when the safety becomes your leading tackler in the beginning of the game. You definitely want to make an adjustment as soon as possible. I think if you look at this Brave squad, say compared to last week at North Schuylkill, the Spartans somewhat smaller and certainly probably not even as quick as the Spartans were, so maybe a little bit easier to handle defensively for us this week.
Pitch back to Veach, going to take it outside. First down, Red Tornadoes on about the 39-yard line. Nice run that time for Veach to hit the corner.
Probably, if you're looking at this Brave team, if you're going to point at something, it would be the size of their linebackers, who are smaller than usual, I would think, as far as linebackers go.
Karnaski to Costello. 6-7 yards on the spin, still on his feet to the 31-yard line, gain of about 8 yards.
Once again, you know, the cast man wants to know, is anyone out there that didn't hit me yet? Because I'm not going down until everyone hits me at least once. That's his motto. If he's not hit by everybody, that's it. He's not falling down.
2nd down and 3, and when you're picking up those kind of carries and have only a 2nd down and 3, makes it a lot easier on your offense.
Much, much easier. You know, 2nd and 3, give it to Cassidy. Again, there you got a great fullback to carry the ball.
This one's to Veach. Followed the blocking of Joe Costello. Oh, good tackle made there on the sideline by number 41 from the Braves, Josh Lawver.
Sorry. That was an excellent football play by Lawver. He really did. That's exactly what you want him to do. I mean, he squared his shoulders. He got himself in a position where he couldn't be faked out, and he made a good tackle. That was an excellent defensive play that time.
3rd down and 1 for the Red Tornadoes. 6:42 left in the first quarter. Tornadoes on a big drive. To Veach, behind Costello in the center of the Red Tornado line. Down to about the 24-yard line. 1st down, Red Tornadoes.
Big Red's chewing yardage up on this first offensive drive of the evening. Really, they're opening some pretty gaping holes out there. The Braves are going to have to tighten up pretty quickly or they're going to be 7 points in the hole.
Well, the key is that the center line, we're running right up the middle, but we're shielding the linebackers. You watch all the plays here. Either Cassie's doing it or maybe the tackle or guards going through.
Joe Costello. This one's going to be a touchdown, Red Tornadoes. Big run by Cassidy. Good blocking by the Red Tornado line. You can't ask for more.
Once he got his head back up, he got his head down in that battering ram style. He looked up and he thought, my God, there's nobody here. And he went in for the touchdown. If you were watching him do that, he gains his yardage by lowering his shoulder and his head and taking you on. And that time there wasn't anybody left to take on, so he went in.
Number 42, Mike Sinkovich in to attempt the extra point for the Red Tornadoes. Gretzky with the hold and Shikellamy with the snap. Snaps back. Good one.
Ooh.
Kicks. Blocked. Or low.
I don't know what that one was.
But with 6:09 remaining in the first quarter, the score, Mount Carmel area 6, the Shikellamy Braves 0.
Mike kind of threw his hands up in the air on that one. I don't think he even knows what happened there.
Well, an impressive opening drive. Going to Veach, going to Costello, going to Veach, going to Costello, and just drove it right down the field. Excellent job by that Red Tornado line, Wayne.
I'll tell you what, they're keying. You can see they are keying on Veach, as everybody has up to this point. But they're also, Evans was in there, and they were keying on Evans. Evans was going in motion. As soon as he went in motion, the cornerback already kicked out and was going across. So that's one less man that we have to block and get out of the way.
Mike Sinkovich, number 42, will kick off for the Red Tornadoes. Number 41, Josh Lawver's deep. Also back there, 27, Sean Dodge. This one's going to be taken by Lawver on about the 10-yard line. Breaks it up to the 25. Little running room slips. And I'll tell you what, 66 Joe Shikellamy was ready to uncork on Mr. Lawver.
I think that slip saved his life that time. To tell you the truth. That's one of the most opportune slips you're ever going to have right there.
First down Braves from the 30-yard line. 6:03 left in the first. This is Fatul. Big hit by Costello after about a 3-yard gain. Also 61, Jamie Rowland down on the bottom of the pile. Gain of about 4 yards, and that's the old Shikellamy offense you were talking about where they just crash it up the middle.
Well, yeah, the one good thing about the Braves is certainly that just get the film off from last year and pretty much are going to see what they're going to do to you. So.
Paul back to pass. Looks over the middle. Good pass. Nice completed for a first down to number 12 with the reception, Mike Hoover. Gain of about 15 yards for the first down.
Now, that was a nice looking play that time. The quarterback had enough time. He was able to turn himself, square his shoulders, and he made a nice pass.
First down, Braves from about the 48-yard line. Going to give it to Fatul off the left side. Not much going there. Eric Higgins in on the tackle also. Dave Evans over there. And on the bottom getting up, 66, Joe Shikellamy. Gain of about 3 yards. Second down and 7. .406 left in the first. Mount Carmel area in the lead, 6-0. Paul puts number 27, Sean Dodge, in motion. Quick drop back, quick pass on the slant, complete. First down, Braves, again complete to Mike Hoover.
Another good-looking offensive play by the Braves that time, and the quarterback looks sharp when he has time. He looks like he can throw the ball. That was, a fairly easy play, very quick. You weren't able to generate much defensive pressure, and he hit his target right on the button.
Braves first down on about the 39-yard line. That's a little different look than what you anticipated opening this game, though, with the 3 pass plays already coming out, Warren.
Yep, absolutely.
Paul back to pass again, rolling, looks down, incomplete, threw it short of his receiver, number 83, which is Paul Hartman.
That would have been a tough completion. He was covered both short and long in that time. And I think had he gotten the ball up where he was supposed to, he risked an interception the way it looked.
Right now, Josh Paul throwing into a pretty stiff breeze out there.
I had to wear my hat tonight, guys. I was concerned this wind would play havoc with my hair. You know how that is.
Oh, yes. Second down and 10. Josh Paul, hands off to Vavakis, big hole, gaping hole down to about the first down mark of the 30-yard line. And what do you think there, Warren?
They're short.
They're going to be short by about a yard. In fact, a little more than a yard, I'm calling it. Again, the Braves have put together a nice offensive series here to counter that touchdown scored against them. They look sharp on offense right now.
Third down and about a yard to go for the Braves. 2:45 left in the first. Big Red in the lead, 6-0. Josh Paul to Vavakis, and he's not going to make it. He's only at the 30-yard line, and there's a strange one, too, that you go to your tailback instead of the big fullback that's been gaining all the yards for you all year, Wayne.
Not a call you would expect, certainly, and he came up short. He's going to be, he's a half a yard or so short of the first down.
I'll tell you what, their misdirection plays, their counterbacks seem to be working. They ran a pass play off it. Their fullback or halfback went through the line untouched. They just ran one here for about 8 or 9 yards.
Fourth down, and Braves going for it. 1:57 left in the first. Josh Paul with the quarterback sneak. Breaks off to his left, and he should get the first down by his extra effort.
He rolled off the tackle, that's for sure, and picked up the first down. He got enough.
He did exactly what you tell him to do. You look for that crease.
Yep.
Crease wasn't right where he thought it would be between the guard and the center, so he just kept rolling and rolling, and he rolled right around the end of the tackle, and he picked up the first down.
First down, Braves on the 29-yard line. 1:42 left in the first.
Quarterback sneak isn't the no-brainer you would think it is, to tell you the truth. There's a lot of things you're thinking about while you're going to do that.
blitz is on with a quick pass. Josh Paul over the head of Hoover. But again, a nice play, and he can get the pass off. If they keep throwing the quick pass like that, the blitzes just aren't going to get to him.
Well, I think obviously we knew what that play was going to be. I mean, the blitz came right up the middle, right at him. He did not move to the left or right. He was designed to step back and throw. You have to think we knew that was coming that time.
But again, that pass to Hoover is a short pass, and he is cutting right in front of the defender. So, it's
one of these times it's liable to go the other direction.
Well, it's going to go the other direction.
Second down and 10 for the Braves. We're going to have flags on the play, and either a Brave moved or we Red Tornadoes are offsides.
That quick pass that they tried there with when we blitzed them. Now the problem with that is that if you blitz and you guess and you miss and he gets it off, now you've opened the middle up with two people blitzing, and sometimes that's enough to get the pass carrier into the end zone. When he catches the ball because he's not catching it in traffic any longer because it's been vacated by two guys.
Offsides against the Red Tornadoes. Second down and 5 for the Braves. Josh Paul with Fatul, the only back.
No, they're offside.
We're going to have flags on the play again, and this time looked like motion.
Yeah, too many people moving that time at the same time. Now, unfortunately, there are the Braves, and they're marching down the field, and I know that Coach Purnell's going to spit a nickel on this one. You take a motion penalty, set yourself up. Now you're 2nd and 10 instead of 2nd and 5, and it makes it just a little bit tougher to continue to drive.
Second down and 10, 1:18 left in the first. Paul puts Lavra in motion with the
good play.
I guess it came back to Fatul, the ball carrier.
There was nothing doing there.
Anderson read that the whole way.
Yeah. They were in Mr. Anderson's neighborhood.
Third down and about 11. Passing situation for the Braves.
Two big plays now for the Braves.
Josh Paul sets the Braves.
Blitz.
Pick up the blitz. He looks at the pass and incomplete on about the 25-yard line.
Bounced right in front of the two of them there. And it didn't come out, so I thought somebody might have caught it.
Well, somebody tipped it. Either Anderson tipped it or who was that, 30?
It may have been, yeah. I didn't see the tip.
I mean, they were right there in the vicinity. And when he threw the ball, it went end over end, and after it was going over the line.
That, again, looked like a guessing game on defense where they guessed right. They pretty much knew what was being called that time. It's interesting now with 4th and 11 to see if they decide to blitz one last time or.
Josh Paul, back to pass. On the fade in the end zone. Great play made over there by number 26, Pete Cheddar.
Absolutely
Helped
fantastic.
out by number 8, Gretzky, but a good play made by Cheddar.
That's defense the way you want to see it. He covered his man perfectly, kept himself in front of the ball, and had his hands up.
That ball was thrown perfect.
Yeah, it was.
Perfect.
There was an interesting play. I think defensively on our point, we didn't blitz anybody that time. The linebackers stayed in their defensive coverages. Fortunately, the Braves coughed the ball up on downs, and Big Red takes over with 25 seconds left in the first quarter.
Karnaski sets with 41 Costello in the backfield along with Veach. Evans goes in motion. Veach, the ball carrier, makes a cut back and gets it to about the 40 or 36-yard line. Second down and 4. And this is going to be the end of the first quarter. The score, the Red Tornadoes 6, the Shikellamy Braves 0. Interesting that I think The Braves threw more than the Red Tornadoes did.
Absolutely. You would not have guessed that probably when you see the two teams coming into the game, but maybe that's how you win a game, by doing something you're not supposed to do. You're watching WKMC TV. WKMC TV broadcast directly from the campus at Mount Carmel Area High School over microwave signal 267. We are an instructional fixed television service, and you are catching us on the Service Electric Cable System, channel 13, 8 p.m. on a Wednesday night. There's a couple of people we want to talk about, I think, tonight, guys. One in particular, Joe Shireko.
Yeah.
Joe Shireko was probably one of the all-time Mount Carmel area football fans you're ever going to run across. Recently had asked and was granted what he felt was the privilege of his lifetime to be on the field as an equipment man. Joe unfortunately passed away this week, very suddenly in the morning. Our condolences go out to his family. We also want to mention, of course, John Kalinowski. A good friend of ours from the Supper Club, has a son playing on the team.
Right.
He was seriously ill, but we understand he's coming along much better. And if he's not home, was expected to be home very shortly. We want to send our get well wishes out to him. And there's one last person, and this is, again, another special person for those of you who weren't aware of it, Andy Lasansky, probably synonymous with Mount Carmel athletics over the years. Andy's a patient over at the Ashland Regional Medical Center. I was in to see him a couple times during the week, and he's progressing. He was pretty ill there when he first went in, but, you know, Andy, it's going to take more than a little illness to put him down. We want to say hello and certainly get well soon, Andy, and get back into town with us.
Costello carried that ball for a 1-yard gain. 3rd down and 3 for the Red Tornadoes. Power backfield with Hepler, Costello, and Veach. This is the Veach behind the power. Close to, it'll be a 1st down on the 40-yard line. I'll call that one.
You know, feeling our oats today, aren't we? Now we're going to be calling 1st downs. All right. And let the games begin.
The football team, the Red Tornadoes, did attend the funeral today too. All the boys went.
That's good. Joe was such a fan. I mean, he lived and breathed Mount Carmel area football. It was amazing, and it's sorry to see him not with us any longer.
Gary Dunn in the Red Tornado lineup. A tackle, big hole for Costello. Gain of about 9 yards, close to a 1st down at the 50-yard line.
Of course, you know, with Andy Lasansky, and of course his brother Jerry, you know, he always see the guy always down for the game and all, but really the kind of quiet supporter. You know, whenever you needed $100, like in a hurry for something, you know, those two guys would cough up the $100 with a blink of an eye, and they did it, you know, on and off throughout all the seasons, not just in football. They were just Mount Carmel athletics, and I know that Andy is chomping at the bit waiting to get back home.
2nd down and inches for the Red Tornadoes. Karnaski to Costello, up the middle, finds some running room, gets it to about the 36-yard line. 1st down, Red Tornadoes at the 36-yard line.
I figure he has to listen to us a couple of times. He'll be back at the game in no time. We're probably one of the best reasons to get back to a game live than you're ever going to have.
Kanaski sets the Red Tornadoes. To Veach, off the left side, finds some running room, slips, and gets to about the 25-yard line. But had he not slipped, he was making his cut and looked like he could go with it.
He may have gone all the way, and he knew it. He's pounding the dirt there when he went down. Field, apparently, from what we can tell, is extremely slick right now. The Braves have been falling all over the place, and now we're beginning to show it too. And again, it was that funny kind of rain all afternoon. It's not raining at the moment, but the field has probably soaked up some water now, and it's getting kind of muddy.
1st down, Red Tornadoes at the 25-yard line. 9:36 left in the 1st half. Costello, the lone back, trips left set for the Red Tornadoes. Karnaski back to pass, looks at Higgins on a quick out, hits him on about the 20-yard line, and gain of about 4 or 5 yards. Nice pass play.
At the rate we're able to run, with the ability we're showing to control the line a little bit, our passing now is basically just to keep everybody honest and loosen everybody up a little bit. We don't even seem to need to pass at the moment.
Four 4-3 defense put on by the Shikellamy Braves. Costello off the left side. Gain of about 3 or 4 yards. Flag on the play.
Well, it's your turn.
Mine?
Pretty much.
I didn't even see the play.
Oh.
Well, may I ask what it is you were doing up here during the last 5 minutes? Oh, boy, didn't even see the play. What'd you go for, a sandwich or what?
I'm honest.
Well, they're talking to the Braves, so this one will come back against the Red Tornadoes. A motion call against the Red Tornadoes.
That was a classic that time, Wayne. You didn't even see the play. I like that.
8:44 left in the first half. Karnaski to Veach. Going to take it wide. Finds a good block by Jamin and gets it close to a first down. Great block by Sean Jamin.
Yeah, Veach was kind of waiting a little bit and reading which way he was going to be able to control that guy. And once he saw what he was doing, he cut right through him.
Good job. Close to a first down, third down and inches.
Send Hepler into the game. Will he line up in the power backfield?
Usually,
you think? Is that where he's heading
that's
to?
usually what they'll do. Power right.
Or there he is. Yeah, he's in the backfield.
To Veach, behind the power.
Oh.
Good for a first down.
You see the hit by Hepler that time. That's what you have the power guy in the backfield for. What a hit. All right.
Tom Badman, number 76, in on the tackle for the Braves.
I didn't see who the number was, but somebody took a wearing on that corner there.
You can see in the lights now a little bit of mist starting to fall.
Yeah, she's starting to rain a little bit. You just watch the crowd. They start to fidget and put their hoods up and all in a second. You'll know it's raining. But she's starting to come down.
Karnaski to Malakowski off the left side, still on his feet, gain of about 4 or 5 yards. Nice run by Dan Malakowski.
Good tough run by Malakowski that time. He didn't give up. I mean, they had a hold of him, but he did not stop churning those legs.
Second down and 7. 7:09 left in the first half. Red Tornadoes in the lead, 6-0. Here's the power backfield again with Costello, Hepler, and Veach at the tail. To Veach, behind the power. Oh, stuffed. Good play made by number 42 from the Braves, Brian McCarthy.
The Braves read that really well. There were 3 guys positioned on the corner, and he had nowhere to go. Ginther in the lineup, bringing the play in. Ginther.
Gunther. Gun.
Okay. Is that who it is?
That's how he says it.
Ginther.
Yeah. No, Gunther. Yep. For sure.
Okay.
There are Ginthers.
There are Ginthers,
There are Ginthers, but he's a Gunther.
Right.
And I apologize for getting it wrong.
Third down and 5. Veach close to a touchdown. 1 inch line.
He's going to be, I don't know how he didn't get that one, but he's going to be stopped a little bit short.
First down and goal to go. Red Tornadoes from about the 1 foot line.
The Braves send in an odd combination. One beefy one and
One
I guess one guy to sneak underneath and get you. I'm not sure what he's there for, but that's not your
Saw a
normal.
guy come in to weight about 300 pounds, another guy weighed about 120, right?
Unless he's supposed to hide him. I'm not sure what the game plan for those 2 guys are.
Goal to go for the Red Tornadoes. Karnaski with the quarterback sneak. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. Going to go for 2 here. Since they missed one, we'll see the Red Tornadoes try to go for 2. Dave Evans, number 27, brings in the play for the Red Tornadoes. Mount Carmel area will run this from the left hash mark.
Beginning to rain very heavy now. It's starting to come down big time.
Karnaski fakes the Veach, rolls to his right. He's going to run it in.
Oh!
Good 2 for Karnaski.
Oh.
He just bowled over somebody going
30,
into the end zone. And You know what? That was a majority
Paratus,
of Victor just to tuck it and go, and that showed what he can do when he gets rolling. He's a steamroller.
You could see he wanted to put it. He wanted to take that in himself from the 10-yard line because he tucked it and he turned on the gas.
And
right.
number 30 from the Braves, Paratus, had the unfortunate moment to be on the goal line when he got there, and he took a major hit.
With 5:49 left in the first half, the score: the Red Tornadoes 14, the Braves of Shikellamy 0.
And the crowd is starting to scatter now as it is becoming a deluge coming out of the sky right now. It is really coming down hard. One of the things I think will be interesting to watch this Wednesday, even for us, is because of the extreme weather conditions that were predicted and are now a fact, both cameras are in the press box. And I've noticed you guys probably aren't, I don't know what you're paying attention to, Wayne, at all.
Well, I know. That's why I'm all the way back here. I can't move.
Several times these two guys have actually taken a picture of themselves as they spin around in the press box.
Onside kick, a squibber by Sinkovic. Sinkovic in on the tackle, and then I think 9 of the other special teams players were in there. 28 Mulasevich, 21 Montgomery, 83 Higgins, 47 Steve Sinkovic, 29 Malakowski, here they all come, 45 Ryan McGee, and 42 Mike Sinkovic. They were all there, all on that tackle.
The initial Sinkovic tried something you don't see very often, a rodeo takedown. He gave him his rodeo takedown. And folks, if you want to see rain, I'll tell you what, this is major league rain right now. You're in the major leagues of weather.
We just had it on the camera, too. They just had it in the lights, and a good sign of it.
This is the big time.
Josh Paul will have to go to his running game here, I think. No, he's still going to throw.
Nope.
Oh, off of Bacchus's hands.
I think we should be thankful he didn't catch that.
He didn't catch it. Should be thankful Evans didn't catch it because it was after he tipped it, it went high enough in the air. Evans was there.
The other way, wasn't it?
You bet.
But I think if he caught it, Evans would have impaled his helmet into him. He was definitely on a collision course. And he was going to gain about a half a yard when it was all over.
5:14 left in the first half. 14-0. Red Tornadoes in the lead. Second down and 10. Josh Paul back to pass. Broken up nicely by Dave Evans and 29 Malakowski. Good play by those two guys.
You know, you say if you're watching a game and you'd say to yourself, why would I go to Evans all the time? You know, obviously a fantastic defensive back. But then the next question would be, well, if I don't go to him, where do I go? You got a pretty balance. I mean, now you got Cheddar lurking on the other side. So who is it that you're going to pick on as you go about this thing? And Malakowski out there.
That's right.
You know, it's Goretzky. This is a tough secondary to throw the ball against.
Third down and 10 for the Braves. Oh, looked like motion on that play, and I'm not sure it wasn't the center. It looked like he was moving before he even snapped the ball. It's a dead ball foul. Frankie's calling it a legal procedure against the Braves.
This offense this year, and probably last year too, this offense, the Wayne, is a little bit different than we had seen that went right before Purnell came back, where the fullback had lined up a yard behind the line.
They were practicing that. Before the game, I watched them, and they practiced that offense.
But you're not seeing it. It's not here.
I understand that, but I saw them running it where the two backs were actually up
they're right
on
up
each side of the quarterback.
They're right up
and
next
then
to
he
him.
just one side or the other handed it off, and we're not seeing that tonight. You're right.
That's what I felt was so odd about the offense all the time. It just didn't look right.
Close,
but this offense looks like a pretty pro offense the way they run it.
And they've come out this way all night in it. Third down and 15. Paul back to pass. Ooh. On the slant pattern, that one he just got a little high with big pressure from Bill Anderson to Ryan Boop.
No, he got a little high because Mr. Anderson was asking him if he wanted to have a pie after the game. I mean, he was a little distracted in the neighborhood there.
Snap back for the punt.
Ooh,
almost blocked by Jamin. He did a great job of trying to get it. And they'll get away from it. This one down by the Braves on the 39-yard line.
I'll tell you what, Jamin knew that because if you watch the first punt, he did exactly the same thing, but he didn't put much pressure on the kicker. he went in, and I don't know whether he was just testing to see what the, how
Mhm.
much, blocking he was going to have or this or that. The halfback barely even came out to block him. Like, Higgins, he just came out and that was it. He just touched him. This time he went full tilt because he knew he could block it.
Right now, special teams are working on trying to figure out why the Red Tornadoes only had 10 guys in on that punt. Konaski to Veach. Finds some running room. Gain of about 8 yards. Second down and 2.
I think so far, the question we asked in the beginning was what do the Braves bring to the table? It's defensively not a whole lot right now. They're rocked back on their heels along the whole length of the line. Tackles are being constantly made in the secondary all the time. They're not really stopping Big Red anywhere for short yardage, and that makes for a pretty long night if that continues. Now you see why I have my hat on, guys. My hair is perfect underneath there.
Konaski to Costello. Blocked in the middle there. Close to a first down, but it'll be a short by about a foot. Well, they'll make it a yard now. But how can I be right across from that and call it a foot?
Don't ask him. He's not watching the game, remember? He's back here having a hot dog. He's reading a book. I don't know what he's doing. I'm getting concerned.
Third down and 1 yard to go from the 48-yard line.
That was one cheapy way to get out of making that call, too. I didn't see the play.
This one's the Veach. First down, Red Tornadoes at the 50-yard line. 3:27 left on the clock.
There it is, guys. The bill of the hat just came on. You ready? There's the hat. I am rain-eyed tonight. I'm ready.
I don't think you're going to get wet inside, though.
Yeah, but one of us has to make that trip downstairs all the time.
Hey, before they break the huddle there, make sure everybody makes it to the supper club tomorrow night. We had a little light crowd this week. We can't leave that slacking down.
That was my fault, though. I'll be back.
You were hurting us there. We have to make sure we get it back up into the 40s again. Konaski with the pass to Evans. Catches it on the 44, turns it upfield. First down, Dave Evans at the 39. What a smart play.
Yeah, savvy move,
He
too.
said, I'm going to move it right upfield, turned it upfield, and hurt his tackler as he did it.
Yeah, just that little hesitation and then the spin move, and that looked really pretty. That's the way to do it.
And the thing about it was he was watching the defender come in on top of him, and usually the spin move is towards the out of bounds. That time he rolled towards the inside of the field, which is unusual.
Mm-hmm. Well, 3 minutes exactly remain. Shikellamy Brave on the ground. I didn't see the number, Bob. I don't know if you caught who's injured out there.
No, I can't tell who he is.
32?
There he is.
32.
He looked like he was injured up high, like around his face for some
up
reason. I
around
don't know
his
what
eyes,
happened
right.
to him, unless he got some dirt or something in there.
I don't know. That Evans has a wicked elbow, too.
No, it's when you spin like that. Obviously that's your first move. You're trying to block him
That's
from,
right.
and that's what he did. But I didn't think he got hit hard enough to get hurt. He must have just had his neck in a bad way, or, or he wanted to rest. Sometimes when you need a rest, you lay down for a while. What do you think, Wayne?
I was standing back here.
You were standing back here.
I was
right?
resting back here. Standing.
Are you on the radio tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm with Bob.
First down and 10. Konaski, inside handoff to Evans.
Ooh.
And a nice play made by the middle linebacker
See him
for
come
the
out of
Braves,
there.
number 56, which is J.C. Dodge. Good job that time.
Tough play by Dodge. That's a great name.
J.C. Dodge.
J.C. Dodge. That's the kind of name you want to have for a linebacker. Hey, guys, there's some debris up here. Let's look sharp here. Boy, the cups are blowing in from outside in here now.
2:17 left on the clock. Second down and about 8 yards to go for the Red Tornadoes. Konaski, back to pass, rolling, looking downfield.
Beauty.
Oh, incomplete at about the 4-yard line to Jamin.
I tell you, when he gets himself set and he guns one, boy, can he rip it, though. I'll tell you what. My goodness. What an arm. Okay.
Third down and 8.
You ready? Gunther in the lineup for Big Red.
There you go.
I've atoned for my mistakes.
Konaski rolls. Looks at Gunther, incomplete at about the 20-yard line. Well, 4th down and 7 yards to go for the Red Tornadoes.
I think if it continues to rain like this, you're going to see less and less passing as the game goes on.
Sounds like we're back.
I don't know what that was.
No, that was something downstairs.
No, that was right there. It was the box. It was the magic box.
The magic box? Kornatsky rolls. Looking at Jamin. Over the middle. Hits him. Great pass. There goes Jamin with the ball to about the 12-yard line.
Excellent. Nice pass pattern there. And I mean, there was nobody around him for at least 7 yards. Kornatsky steps back, plants his foot, and made a nice throw.
.150 left on the clock and running. Power backfield for the Red Tornadoes. Give it to Veach. Going left. Cuts it back. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. That was neat. They didn't go to the power side. They took Veach and left them go to the free side and runs it right in for a touchdown. Good blocking that time by the Red Tornado line. We're back. Extra point to be attempted by number 42, Mike Sinkovich.
Do you think we could get electrocuted by the magic box?
I don't think.
That's why I'm not touching it.
Snaps back and blocked that time by number 36 coming from the right side, which was Drew Fatul. With 1:32 left in the first half, the score, Mount Carmel area 20, the Shikellamy Braves nothing.
A nice offensive series for Big Red. A bit of a mix that time compared to the first two where we had some running and passing. Again, they look like they pretty much can have their way on offense. The Braves are kind of clueless right now on how to stop them. Defensively, we bent a little bit in that last series, but not much of a threat so far from the Braves offensively either. 20-0 going into halftime. It's going to be a tough hole, especially for the kind of offense that we were used to seeing them. Now they have a little bit more pro look to them as they come out tonight, so that may help them catch up a little bit. But it's again, the weather conditions are probably going to dictate the second half of the game, and when you have a 20-point lead, it goes in your favor usually. I want to see the underwriter's code on this magic box that these guys have in front of me too. I'm pretty sure we can get hurt with this thing.
Sinkovich with the kickoff. Again, a squibber, and they kept it that way. Taken by Fatul, and he's the wrong guy to get it to. The big full. Oh,
he's not.
Great pop by Sinkovich.
It was the law firm of
42
Sinkovich
and 47.
Yes,
Great job.
You do not want to get hit by those two guys.
Nope. Especially both of them. I mean, one at a time is bad enough, but you get both of them coming on top of you, it's bad.
They're the kind of two guys that when they go down the field like that, and they don't hit the ball carrier, and they look around and figure out what the heck they hit each other. Just as long as they hit something on their way down the field, they don't care what.
1:12 left on the clock. First down and 10 Braves from about the 34-yard line. Handoff to Fatul, going nowhere. Corey Hepler on the initial hit in there. Jeff Evans also. Number 30, Jamin. And also 66, Joe Shikatano. Good defense that time by the Red Tornadoes. Looks like right now the Braves content to run the clock out with 38 seconds left on the clock in the first half.
You know, they need to make some defensive adjustments more than anything, and I'm sure they're going to get at halftime to do that.
Going to give it to Lawver out around the right side. Again, jammed up by the Red Tornadoes. Dave Evans in there, number 27, also 77 Anderson, and 30 Sean Jamin.
Special treat at halftime, guys, and it's not me this time, believe it or not. It's actually homecoming tonight. He got 5 beautiful girls down on the sidelines waiting to see who's going to be crowned homecoming queen.
Well, that's the end of the first half. The score, the Red Tornadoes 20, the Braves from Shikellamy 0. Homecoming is a traditional event at Mount Carmel area with many young women competing for the honor of being crowned homecoming queen. Members of the senior and junior classes voted for their choices this past week. At this time, we'd like to introduce to you the 3 senior candidates and the 2 junior representatives that have been chosen by their respective classes. Our first senior candidate is Miss Laureen Brinkash. She is being escorted by senior member of the football team, Pete Cheddar. Laureen is the daughter of Mike and Maureen Brinkash of 52 Railroad Street, Locust Gap. Her activities are class treasurer, Latin club secretary, environmental club secretary, SAD, stand tall, news staff, morning news staff team, cheerleading, powder puff football, community service club, biology club, and member of last year's field day court. Her future plans are to attend a 4-year college to study early childhood and elementary education. Laureen Brinkash. Our second senior candidate is Miss Dina Kraniak. She is being escorted by senior member of the football team, Bill Anderson. Dina is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. David Kraniak of 131 West Claremont Street, Marion Heights. Her activities include cheerleading, softball, Spanish club, SAD, stand tall, biology club, powder puff football, Big Sisters, and environmental club. Her future plans are to attend a 4-year college and to study biology and further education in the medical field. Our third senior candidate is Miss Heather Stepp. She is being escorted by senior member of the football team, Corey Hepler. Heather is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Gary Stepp of 114 Poplar Drive, Shady Acres, Coltmont. Her activities are cheerleading, Spanish club, stand tall, Future Teachers of America, Prom Promise, Future Nurses, ski club, intramural volleyball, Big Sisters, SAD, community service club, PEP club, the 1994 homecoming court, the 1995 field day court, prom committee, powder puff football, the biology club, and the operetta. Her future plans are to attend a 4-year college and major in radiology technology. Our first junior candidate is Miss Amanda Mazura. She is being escorted by senior member of the football team, John Fedda. Amanda is the daughter of Marcia and Steve Mazura of 716 Pine Street, Coltmont. Her activities are softball, cheerleading, biology club, SAD, Spanish club, Prom Promise, Future Teachers of America, community service club, cross-country statistician, powder puff football, forensics, Big Sisters, PEP club, student council and class president, honor student, and also coaches Holy Angels B team cheerleaders. Her future plans are to attend a 4-year college. Our second junior candidate is Miss Debbie Stone. She is being escorted by senior member of the football team, Brian Lepotsky. Debbie is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Stone of 103 South Locust Street, Mount Carmel. Her activities are vice president of the class, honor student, cheerleading, track and field, intramural volleyball, powder puff football, biology club, Future Nurses Club, SAD, stand tall, environmental club, Spanish club, PEP club, Big Sister. Her future plans are to attend a 4-year college. That's the 1995 homecoming court. Escorted by 26 Cheddar, 77 Anderson, 31 Hepler, 74 Feddock, and 68 Lepotsky. Right now, the final moment of anticipation has arrived. We'd like to introduce to you the 1995 homecoming queen, Ms. Dina Kraniak. Crowning Dina will be Nick Goretzky, senior member of the football team. While the crowning is taking place, Jamie Rowland, also a senior member of the football team, will present the homecoming queen with flowers and members of the court with gifts. Lots of pictures being taken now, and a big moment in Mount Carmel football always is the homecoming and the crowning of the homecoming queen. Players will head back to the locker room now, and as the picture's being taken on the sideline, girls are congratulating each other. And we'll be right back with halftime stats and Warren in one moment.
40 yards individually in the running department. Veach was 14 for 93 yards in the first half alone. Costello 8 for 76 in the first half. Malikuski 1 for 4, Evans 1 for 2, and Kornatsky once again in positive figures 1 for 1 here in the first half. Shikellamy, they were 11 for 20 yards on the ground, and they passed 2 of 9 for 24 yards. Individually, reception-wise, Jamin had 1 for 24, Evans 1 for 11, and Higgins 1 for 5. Of course, touchdowns were Costello, Veach, and who was it? Kornatsky. So you guys want to be in this? This is a sports show now. This is an interactive sports show going on here. Mount Carmel area had in the first half alone 13 first downs. The Shikellamy Braves 3. We expect in the second half already the band has been limited to standing and not marching because of the extreme conditions of the field right now. It is pouring rain. We'll be back in about 2 minutes with the beginning of the second half on the sports show at WKMC TV.
Second half, homecoming activities and halftime stats. But yeah, well, there's every once in a while a little break in there on the action for us. But
well, as
big half by the Red Tornadoes.
Oh yeah, I mean the statistics were truly lopsided. Probably the most lopsided statistics we've seen so far this season, maybe except for Tamaqua. I think the entire deal in this game from here on in, of course, will be the weather. It is blowing and gusting and gale force winds across the stadium now, and it's raining pretty heavily. In fact, it's raining so heavily that my two main men, Jose Gonzalo and Charlie Roth, the men of numbers, have actually come up and are in the press box for the second half. Now, that's called raining heavy. When those two guys get hauled off the field and come up here.
Yeah, you know what? In Altoona, it rained a lot harder and it was a lot colder, and he was on the sideline. So you
can't
can't go by that.
There might have been more at stake in Altoona. I'm not sure. We're up 20-0. I think the Braves have about 24 yards total offense. I think he can come up here pretty much.
Well, and you know what? The amazing thing is, and as long as I've known Jose doing the stats, I can honestly say this, it's the first time that I've ever seen him step foot into the press box. I don't think he even knew where the door was at.
Well, I brought him up, both of them.
Oh,
now,
did you really?
Not only did I bring them up, now Jose, he was a little bit different. He didn't know much about the press box, but Roth knew where the soda was right away. So obviously he's been in press boxes before.
I know Jose has, and I say this is the first time that he's been in the press box.
Yeah, Charlie was a little bit more savvy for the refreshments. He instantly made his way to the refreshment table, so I knew he'd be okay. And I'm not even sure where he's at right now.
All right, Shikellamy Braves will kick off to start the second half, 20-0. Mount Carmel area in the lead.
You know, I hope he doesn't get paid for being on the field because he's probably going to get docked now after this conversation.
You don't think his employer actually watches this, do you?
Well, that's probably true too. Yeah,
so
he can probably get away with nobody watching us. He'll be safe.
Kicks away for the Red Tornadoes, going to be taken by Brett Veach, number 22, and brings it up to about the 36-yard line. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes.
Of course, the other thing to remember in this situation is how jealous the print media always is of us TV personalities.
You're definitely right.
You know, I mean, they've always wanted to be us, let's face it, on camera, you know, on the sports show, no less.
Kornatsky with Costello and Veach in the backfield. Dave Evans in motion. Pitch back to Veach. Finds a hole. Close to a first down at about the 47-yard line.
The amazing thing is he's making it, Veach is on the grass for how slick it is, making some very nice cuts coming up through the line. He's waiting for the lineman to come over to throw their block so he can cut up behind them. But the other thing is the downfield blocking in tonight's game is just outstanding.
Yeah,
Everybody's
yeah.
just picking someone up.
Yeah, that's where you're seeing the difference.
Second down and short. Costello, ball carrier, first down, and he did that one on his own. It was a busted play somewhere. Something happened there, but Joe did great at getting the first down.
I think the offensive philosophy, obviously, for Big Red is going to be now pound it out, bring the game to an end. I pity the Braves, of course. To get in this game, they're going to have to throw the ball a little bit, and I think throwing the ball in these conditions is going to be extremely difficult.
Well, in the second series of downs, they looked rather well at throwing the ball, but after that, in the fourth and fifth series that they had the ball, they were long passes and over the heads of the receivers.
Konatsky pitches back to Veach, cuts it up with a good block by Costello. Ball's loose, and Shikellamy recovers on the 49-yard line.
I didn't even see the ball come out of there, to tell you the truth. I don't know how he lost that.
Well, my first question to you, did you see the play?
Well, I see them all. I mean,
oh, okay.
You're the one that skipped the first half tonight.
You did miss a couple up at Hanover. We have to go back to Hanover.
We're going to keep bringing that up?
Well,
or what, guys?
We do have to talk about that a little bit.
All right, let's face it, Hanover's not going to be my highlight tape. I'm not sending that to the major networks, all right? We're going to – oh, things are really getting ugly now. Now the principal's up there now, too. Boy, everybody's running out of this.
It must be real bad down on that field. Josh Paul sets the Braves. Hands off to Fatul. Finds a hole. Gain of about 5 yards. Still on his feet. Nice tackle made by Bill Anderson. Also in there, number 26, Pete Cheddar. I think Higgins was in there helping out a little bit also. Second down and 5 yards to go for the Braves. I think that's the play we had expected to see most of the night.
Yeah, that's more like their offense, really, when you think about them.
Josh Paul to Fatul. Finds a hole. First down at about the 34-yard line, and there were the two plays you were looking for all night, Warren.
Yeah. But
still out of a different set than we were used to seeing.
They're not lining up quite the way you would see it in the wing. You know, they're not showing that offensive formation. Like that Fatul kid, though, he reminds you a lot of Costello. Bursts through the thing,
definitely.
and then it looks like he's actually looking for someone to hit before he goes downfield. He's just not happy unless he whacks somebody on his way down. 41,
Josh Laver also in the backfield with Fatul.
Back to a six-man line again.
Josh Paul to Fatul. Same play. 5 yards. This is going to be a touchdown. Touchdown, Braves. Big play by that left side of the Shikellamy Brave line. Excellent blocking on 3 consecutive plays. And the Braves sort of said, hey, guys, you didn't stop us twice. We're going to try it a third time.
Well, my guess is obviously the Braves have seen something and are adjusting to it. This is a major adjustment for them. But all the plays pretty much came to that side, to their left side of the offensive formation.
Right.
So
they're kicking it. They're kicking the end and the tackle, taking the tackle down and kicking the end out and running right through the hole. And when you have Fatul and a boy that size, you know those are the types of plays that you want to run.
Corey Lawrence attempting the extra point, and it's blocked. Blocked by looked like 83 Eric Higgins or 41 Costello.
Yeah,
one of the two of them got the ball. But
I think Costello did. In fact, he's he caught it in the inside of the elbow there a little bit, and he's sort of holding his arm.
8:44 left in the third quarter. Big score there by the Braves. Something they had to do. They had to come out, score there, get back in the game, and right now at 20-6, they are back in the ball game.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what you want to do if you're the Shikellamy Braves, Sunbury Braves. Tell me I'm not going back. Sunbury Braves.
You're going back to 64, 65, boy.
You were just in high school then. I mean, remember?
I know. I wasn't even in high school then. So you were down in elementary school at Sunbury.
Braves will kick off. This one's going to be taken by Malachowski on about the 15-yard line. And he brings it up to the 30-yard line. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes.
It's known as the big lad was in on there. The Elston. Young Elston. He's a little bit disappointed. He was looking for somebody to hit, and they gave him kind of a big swath there, and he couldn't get near anybody. Everybody kind of took a pretty wide area around them, but he was looking to knock somebody down.
Karnaski to Veach. Tucks the ball away and gets it up to about the 34-yard line.
There's Roland. Roland's getting up off the ground, 5 yards down. He's in front of Veach.
Right.
So you can see the type of job he's doing, blocking in the line. And who was that? 76 Mike Boyer was all the way down there too.
Second down and 5. Costello. Gain of about 4 yards to the 39-yard line. Mount Carmel faced with a 3rd down and 1.
That's a Connolly trademark too, though. I mean, we've seen that since he's gotten here, and of course, it's a trademark of a good line coach. The offside, the backside line should be downfield. That's the only way you're going to break it. Is if somebody's down there shielding the linebacker and taking care of maybe one of those defensive backs. That's how you break a big play.
And especially with runners like with Veach and Costello who have good lateral movement.
To Veach. Oh, and he's stuffed. Good play made by the right side, number 78 in particular of the Shikellamy Braves, which is John Roshinsky. Nice job done by the tackle.
Yeah, tough play by the Braves that time. And again, I hope the Big Red didn't come out here and decide to take the second half off. The Braves are still a potent team right now.
4th down and 1, the ball on the 39-yard line. Looks like the Big Red's going for it here.
Now this is an interesting call here. This is an interesting call.
Power backfield with Veach, Costello, and Corey Hepler. This one's the Veach behind the power. First down, Red Tornadoes at the 41-yard line, and that was a gutsy call.
I think that was, if nothing else, a confidence builder. I think he sent them in and said, hey, look, guys, let's do this and be done with it here. And kind of tested that offensive line a little bit. That's the only thing I think he was doing.
And the thing about it is that, you're giving it, if you don't make it, you're giving it back to Shikellamy, who just scored a touchdown on about 4 big plays.
Yeah.
So, their confidence is built up offensively now.
Gutsy play by Coach Williams that time.
6:19 left in the 3rd quarter. Fake to Veach. Karnaski back to pass. Looks at Evans. He's open. He catches it on the 29 and brings it down to the 16-yard line. First down, Red Tornadoes.
Nice play. Pretty play. That really was. Evans had to go up a little bit for it when that slowed him down.
Yes, or he would have been gone.
Touchdown, but nice play.
And then he bobbled it 3 or 4 times before he actually had possession of it. The other thing was, who was that? Jamin going across the middle there. He was wide open also. And the safety picked him up. But again, those are good pass patterns because Jamin cleared out the zone for Evans coming down the sideline.
Pitch back to Veach. Cuts it back upfield. Good play that time by the defensive end of the Braves, number 41, Josh Lauber, to cut Veach back up the middle and get one of the linebackers in on the tackle.
Now he held that gain at 3 yards, and he did it all by himself. He made a lot of penetration, and that time he turned the play inside further than it was designed to go. Jose's up here with the stats like a fish out of water right now.
Second down and 8. 5:20 left in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, he's flopping around
yeah,
over
he
there.
is.
And this one's going to be flags on the play. A legal procedure against the Red Tornadoes.
The big guy's not happy about having to be up here, but he's also not happy about drowning on the sideline, so he made a decision that he has to live with.
Evans and Jamin back into the lineup for the Red Tornadoes, brings Higgins and Gunther out.
Of course, we tried to get Jose, and of course, all the stats you hear from us, everything that comes out as far as the numbers goes, of course, it is Jose, or when we're talking about rivalries and all, Phil Gergen, want to give some credit there. We'll try to get them on the sports show before the end of the season.
Karnaski with the fake. Big rush by the defensive tackle. Karnaski breaks it. Good job by Vic Karnaski just to get away from number 79, which is Chad Fisher, and he came charging in from his defensive tackle position. 3rd down and very long for the Red Tornadoes, 20 yards to go.
What do you think? Quarterback sneak?
Actually, 79's in a four-man line. You consider him a defensive end,
Yeah,
right?
That's what he would.
Okay.
His position would be called. Yeah.
We're going Tripp's going to give it to Casty.
Trips left for the Red Tornadoes. It's going to be a draw to Higgins. Good blocking out in front. Finds a gap. Oh, down to about the 9-yard line. That'll be about 3 yards short of a first down. Good call, good play by the Red Tornadoes.
And you'll see Big Red go for it. Down here is about 3 yards, I would think. The way, depending where
it looked like where he marked it.
He stepped them out. I'm not sure. Yeah, well, 3 or 4
3 or
yards.
4, right. Second, fourth down situation in this drive for the Red Tornadoes. Power backfield. Pitches back to Veach. Going to take it wide. Cuts it back. First down at about the 1-yard line.
Tough running, tough line play. That's what you're looking for. Big Red's got if nothing else, you can see kind of a confidence here.
Right.
You know, they're pretty sure they can do it. And now they're first down, goal with 1 or 2 yards to go in for the end zone. So 2 fourth down plays on this drive alone. That's a sign of a good offense right there.
One at your own 39-yard line. So
one
drive, great drive by the Red Tornadoes.
Yeah, one real tough one going down there.
Karnaski to Costello. No sign yet. It'll be about the 1-inch line from where he looked like he had powered through there.
Wait, hold it a second, guys. The homecoming court came up. I believe they want autographs. Is that right, Mr. McPhee? They want my autograph, right?
Karnaski with second down and inches. And they try this time with Vic on the sneak, and that one doesn't work, so we'll have a third down and inches. Joining us in the booth now, the homecoming queen for 1995, Dina Kraniak. Third down and inches. Beach. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. Wow, I waited for the refs to call that one, and they just got it in there.
That's right. It took a long time for them to make the call. You have to give credit to the right side of the line on that one. Sean Jamin and Mike Boyer, Ron Davis.
Joining us now at the halftime in Crown. Oh, well, let's get through the extra point play here first. 26-6, Red Tornadoes in the lead. Sinkovich to attempt the extra point for the Red Tornadoes. Snaps back, kicks blocked again from the end. Fatul comes in and does a great job with 2:27 left in the third. The score, the Red Tornadoes 26, the Shikellamy Braves 6. Joining us here, we have Dina Kraniak, homecoming queen, and congratulations. Yeah, neat. Let's put this up here for you a little bit. We always said it's like a big tradition, Dina, to be the homecoming queen, and we're proud of you and all the girls that were with you there tonight.
Okay. I have no idea what to do.
Were you excited?
Yes, I was very excited.
That's good. You just want to say congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes, we have to. All right, we're back.
Okay.
Kicking off for the Red Tornadoes, number 42, Mike Sinkovich. A squibber out of bounds on about the 9-yard line.
Now that's the best company you'll be keeping all year, sport.
Well, it was a lot better than you.
And I'm going to give you one of the good things about having the stat guy up in the box with you.
Go ahead.
That last drive.
Yep.
13 plays, 70 yards, just over 6 minutes long. That's what you get when you have him live with you.
That's why we want him here, right?
He's the man.
That's why we want a headset on him downstairs so he could even tell us that.
2:27 left in the third, 26-6, Big Red in the lead. Josh Paul calling signals at the line that time. 41, Lauver carries the ball. Tackle made by Cheddar and also 54, Jeff Evans.
I'm surprised. I thought maybe with the Braves we were going to see a little bit more passing now. You know what I mean? Although it's windy, the rain has pretty much come to a halt for a second or two.
Well, and they seem to find a gap there that they were trying to run with Fatul. We'll see if they go to that one again. If not, and they stop it, maybe you'll see a pass play. Fatul, same play. This time Anderson reads it well, gets Fatul still on his feet, and finished off by a bunch of Red Tornadoes. Cheddar in there, Anderson helping out again, Joe Shikellamy, Jeff Evans, and they finish Fatul off on about a 3-yard loss.
I think we went to the well once too often there. You can only run that play so often, and that time it just closed up, and they had to take a loss on it. So they need to move things around, but I think they need to get the ball a little bit deeper. They're going to get back in the football games 26-6, and you're nearing the end of the third quarter.
Yeah,
so.
a minute and 10 seconds, and they're with the win now. They keep the ball going in the fourth quarter. They're against the win. Their passing hasn't been that great to begin with.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if they don't have that kind of an attacker, they're just leery of using it in this kind of wind.
Paul, back to pass, rolls to his right. Looks downfield at Hoover, high pass, and goes over his head at the 50-yard line.
One of the things I noticed there with the quarterback is he so far at least if he sets and plants, he can throw a pretty good looking football. When he's on the roll and he's throwing on the run, he's high, which means he's not able to get enough of his body onto it to keep the ball in a level trajectory. How's that for a word, guys? Trajectory today. I think I'm fooling around here. Come on.
Snaps back. Kicks up. Over the head. Veach now tried to get it and fumbled, and it'll be recovered by the Braves. First down, Braves on about the 14-yard line.
Once it goes behind you, let it go behind you. You don't want to try to pick it up.
The thing of it was, when Brett was going back to get it over his shoulder, the kid pushed him from behind, and it took us. I mean, he lost.
I'm not sure. Is that
where
interference?
The ball
Is it
no,
no, because once it hits the ground, right?
Once he touched it, it went through his hands and he touched it. Once it hit the ground, it's fair game.
39 seconds left in the third. Shikellamy with new life on about the 13 or 14-yard line. Fatul, big hole on the left side, still with the ball to the 5-yard line.
I'll tell you what, Warren, you said before, he's sort of like a mirrored image of Costello, the way he runs, and you're right. He goes through that line hard, and there's about 3 guys on him trying to tackle him and bring him down.
Yeah, he's a good-looking runner. He really is. He's a tough kid, and that's what you look for in a football player. I don't think he has a ton of speed, but he'll hit you and he'll knock you down when he gets there.
At the end of the third quarter, the score, the Red Tornadoes 26, the Braves 6.
Okay, guys, you're listening, of course, to WKMC-TV. We are broadcasting directly from the facilities at the Mount Carmel area high school campus. We broadcast to you over our microwave signal, WLX 267. We are an instructional fixed television service, and you can catch us courtesy of the Service Electric Cable System on Channel 13 on a Wednesday night at 8 p.m. It's also a moment here to pay some attention to people who truly need it paid to them, and that's, of course, the TV crew. We talked earlier in the year about them. We're going to go to them one more time here tonight. And, of course, on the camera tonight we have the madman Dan Moroz and his sidekick Joe Novotny. On the coach's VCR is Andrea Wine, and, of course, we described to you the coach's VCR. What it means to you is the reason you see this football game. this whole system is set up so the coaches have a game film. We're kind of the fluff on the side of this whole operation, and she probably has the most important job there is. We go down into the master control, and that's Gary Tresker. Engineer is, of course, Dave DeLasia, and the computer is Ed Greco. And I cannot say enough about these guys. This is amazing the amount of time and effort put in just to set up for one game, let alone everything they do during the week. So I want to send out our thank you to them and recognize them for everything they do.
Paul sets up 2nd down and 4. Fatul off the left side. That time he stopped, but after about maybe a 2 or 3 yard gain. Evans in on the play, also Costello in there, and somebody else.
Somebody took him head on there.
Somebody took him head on. It was hard to tell.
Well, some stats from Jose coming through from the end of the third period there. Shikellamy on the ground, 77 yards, and in the air, 24. Mount Carmel Tornadoes, 190 on the ground and 101 in the air.
I kind of like this, you know. We got to keep him
So
with us
do I.
more often.
3rd down and 1. Josh Paul to Fatul. Left side, 1st down. Shikellamy close to the 1 yard line.
I'll tell you what, I don't know why they didn't use Fatul a little bit more in
Well,
the first quarter.
it was,
the way they were.
everybody expected it.
Sure.
That's what was planned. I mean, the plan was coming in that that's what they had done to win their prior games was use Fatul. And in fact, the first 2 plays of the game, he wasn't even in the ball game.
I don't understand that strategy at all. You know, and sometimes when we do see that every so often, you get away from the way you won your games.
Fatul.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Braves.
Oh, guys, I forgot somebody. I forgot Corey on the TV crew. I'm in
That's
big
right.
trouble now.
He's sitting right
He's
here
back
behind
there
you, too.
making hand signals with his fist. I could be in serious trouble.
Corey Kent, we missed. He's working it for us
I
here,
apologize
too.
to Corey here. He's the on-field still camera that worked the field tonight. They brought him up here from the field when the weather conditions got so bad, but I apologize.
26-12, the score. Shikellamy will have to go for 2 here to try to get a little bit closer. Josh Paul sets his offense. Handoff to Vivekis around the left side, and he's in for the 2. With 10:49 left in the ball game, the score, the Red Tornadoes 26, the Shikellamy Braves 14.
Well, Big Red's making this a game out that they shouldn't
they
be,
are.
to tell you the truth. Again, you know, we're up, we're winning, but turnovers are now truly becoming a concern with this many in 2 football games.
And this late in the season,
Yeah,
usually, you know,
you
you
should
get
not
those
be-
things out at the beginning.
should not be losing the football or making mistakes. So I know that whether you win the game or not tonight, it's certainly got to be concerned for the coaching staff. A tough game coming up with Blue Mountain next week, where maybe a turnover might decide the game. So just still a little bit too sloppy, I think. Once they get the lead, they don't put that big hit at the end and just take the team out. Looking at the cheerleaders down there for a second, guys, on the camera.
I'm not too sure at 10:49 if they're ready for an onside kick, but you could see one coming shortly.
We have to defer to the kicking department here if he's still watching the game.
This time he kicks it over in the way of Evans, takes it on about the 35-yard line, and brings it up to about the 40.
Well, the thing is, regardless, you're kicking in a very, very stiff wind. So either you keep it on the ground for no run back and look for the fumble, or you're going to put it up in the air. It's going to be a short kick anyway and hope your coverage, takes over.
Yeah.
So it's one or the other.
First down, Red Tornadoes on the 39-yard line. Costello and Veach in the backfield. Higgins and Evans split left. This one's the Veach. Gain of maybe only a yard or 2. Second down and 8.
Again, we need to take some time off the clock. They're within two scores here.
You want to do that, but you want to get your first downs. 23 carries for Brett Veach for 122 yards. That does help to have Jose here.
Oh, yeah. It's not bad, is it, guys?
Costello, big ball carrier to the 48-yard line. Nice run by Costello.
I'll tell you what, Cassidy should be rolling up the yardage here also.
Yeah, he had 76 in that first half. So
Did he really?
we fully expect him to go over 100 yards for the end of the game, too, if he hasn't already.
Third down and 1. 9:17 left in the ball game. The Big Red in the lead. Joe Costello now at 12 for 89, and he has the ball again, and this time gain of no gain at all. Fourth down and a yard to go, and Red Tornado's going to punt on this one.
Well, I think that's a good call. Punt the ball, get them down deep, take field position away from them, and make them march the ball if they're going to win this football game. I think that's exactly what you want to do.
Snaps back to Costello. Good kick by Costello. Taken by Laver on about the 19-yard line. Looked for some running room, and he's tackled on the 24. And we have a flag on the play, and I'm not too sure there was anybody down there, was there?
No, he threw it as soon as Cassidy received the ball. I don't know what the call is.
Well, we'll see it here.
It's against them. Maybe 12 men on the field?
Oh, that could be.
No,
he threw it right away.
Oh, what a hurtful call. Illegal participation.
Okay.
That'll be 12 men on the field, and what happens is Mount Carmel will get a first down here.
Oh, absolutely. That's a tough penalty to take.
Oh, boy, what a tough one to take there.
And isn't it, is it me, or did we see that last year also down in Shikellamy?
Yes,
I think
we
we
may
did.
have. Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Right, okay.
That kind of takes the wind out of the Braves' sails a little bit there. They make a big defensive stop, and now just by having the wrong number of guys in the field, they're going to be backed up and playing defense.
Well, first down and 10 for the Red Tornadoes. The ball on the 39-yard line. 8:26 on the clock, and gives the Big Red time to run this one down a little. Flags on the play this time. And I think we have everybody up on the line, so we had too many people on the line of scrimmage for the Red Tornadoes.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We have 12 men on the field now. So I guess if we tried, they could get away with it. Maybe we could also. No?
Oh, yeah, it is. You're right.
Right.
They called it an illegal substitution, but they actually had 12 men on the field, right?
Nobody came out.
All right, here we go. First down and 15, 8:10 left on the clock. The good news is it keeps running the clock down. This one to Veach, off the left side. Fatul knocks him out of bounds on about the 41-yard line. Gain of only about 4 yards.
Nice move that time on the sideline by Coach Bear. See the way he moved those hips.
Did he make a good move?
They're not his real hips. Very few people know that. They're different hips than he actually had grown up with. And he doesn't like to talk about it. And someday, when I have time to make up a story, I'll give you one about it.
Well, if you look now, he put Dunny and Jonathan Else in front of him. So he's put blockers out now in front of him. Second down and 12. 8 minutes left on the clock. Karnaski, draw play to Veach. Good running room. First down, Red Tornadoes at about the 26-yard line. Good call that time.
Yeah, that was.
Good call and good blocking by the center of the line. Ronnie Davis, John Feddock, Jamie Rowland, Brian Lepotsky, and Mike Boyer.
First down and 10, Red Tornadoes. Veach. Behind. Oh, no, that was Malachowski for a gain of 4 yards. Behind.
Veach kind of snuck out there on you when you weren't looking.
I missed that.
He came off to the
we were
side.
looking at some numbers here.
I think he's on his way back in.
Good run by Dan Malachowski. Picked up 4 yards.
Hey, it's nice to get a fresh pair of legs in there, and there's 2-3 times now that Danny's been in this game to carry the ball as soon as he went in. picks up 4 and 5 yards. You know, you have someone sitting there to do that. I'll tell you, that's good.
2nd down and 7 yards to go for the Tornadoes. Tavich off the left side. Good block that time. He's going to break it to the end zone. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. Good job that time by the Red Tornado line, and a little nice cut by Brett Veach to take it to the corner.
Yeah, that's fine running, and that's what he does best. You know, he's got the ability to change direction so quickly, and it's just amazing. And Chris, if we have one real down point so far tonight, it's the kicking of the extra point. I don't know what we're doing here.
Well, Fatul's coming from the one side, and we'll see what they try right now. And that's what he's doing. He's jumping offside all the time, so they finally caught him.
Yeah.
No. Offside that time, so that means they'll go for 2 when they move the ball up half the distance to the goal.
Put the power backfield in and run.
That's what it looks like.
Yep, Hepler's in there. I'm sure they're going to end up that way. There it is. Power to the left.
Karnaski gives it to Veach to the left.
He's in.
And it's good. With 6:50 remaining in the ball game, the score, the Red Tornadoes 34. The Shikellamy Braves 14. I saw the clock didn't change, and I thought, no, it had to be 34.
A little slow moving that one. They almost got us.
We're back.
That was a little test, you know. That's what that was. When they found out Wayne didn't watch the whole first half, now they're trying to see what we're doing in the second half.
Well, a little bit of pressure there in the third quarter by the Shikellamy Braves, but Red Tornadoes answered.
Yeah,
they answered the call.
They pretty much had their way. They really have. The offensive line of Big Red tonight has really exerted itself and taken control of the line of scrimmage from the outset. The Braves were never able to mount much of a penetration on defense, and that usually makes for a long night when that happens.
Sinkovic with the kick. Little bit of running room. Number 81, Mike Zavarik, in on the tackle. 27, the ball carrier, Sean Dodge.
Dodges on this team.
2 Dodges.
2 Dodges. A Plymouth
and a Ram.
And a Ford.
1st down and 10. Fatul, the ball carrier on that left side again. Good gang tackling that time by the Red Tornado defense. Anderson in there along with Dave Evans getting up off the bottom of the pile. Joe Chicatano.
And who else?
And Joe Costello.
The cast man.
Gain of 2, 2nd down and 8. .55 left in the ball game, winding down on a wet, rainy night from the Silver Bowl. Paul back to pass. Looks on the fly pattern. Malakowski's there all the way. Face mask called, and they should be called, and really interference, face mask, a whole mix of stuff right there should have been called.
Well, I mean,
that's covering yourself worse
yeah,
than me. You know what I mean?
Good.
I'm back there. I didn't see the play. Right? Bob's going through the book here.
Well,
face
he
mask,
had it. He had
everything.
everything. He interfered with him. He face masked him.
Well, I mean, actually, what he did, the ball.
Well, not a call in interference.
Yeah, the receiver became the defensive player when he saw the ball was not going to be close to him, and he kind of committed.
Okay, but if you get on the interference call and you rip the kid's head off with a face mask, you should maybe get a double there.
You've been vindicated here, believe me.
Okay.
I mean, the fact that you were even watching the play is points for you right now, the way this is going.
Yeah, they're going to call it interference. That moves the Braves back to the 26-yard line. They'll be faced with a 2nd down and about 25 yards to go. Boy, Malachowski played that perfect.
Yes,
he was
he did.
right
Yes, he
there.
did.
5:40 left in the game. Josh Paul, back to pass. Was going to be a screen pass. Jeff Evans did a great job, and I think intercepted. Yeah, it was.
He
Corey
did.
Hepler intercepted it. Jeff Evans did a great job from his nose tackle position of getting in and rushing Paul.
Yeah, they had a heck of a time with that play. That was a tough series for the Braves. And he coughing the ball up down along the 15-yard line, I guess it's going to be.
First down and 10, Red Tornadoes, 5:18 left on the clock. Evans goes in motion. Karnowski hands off to Costello, up the middle to about the 6-yard line. Good run, Joe Costello.
I'd say if I was Big Red, let's keep giving it to the gas man, get that 100 yards in right now. What the heck?
He has to be.
He doesn't get a shot at 100
I think they're worried
that
about
often.
his leg right now, though. He's limping on his leg pretty good, and right now they're going to bring him out. See him? He's hobbling a little bit on that right leg. And that's a smart move, too. When you're up 34-14, the 100 yards means a lot, but you want to get him hurt. He has 14 for 98 right now. He needs 2 more yards for the 100-yard
You got to get him those 2, though. Let him go over the 100.
This one's to Veach. Good play made by number 64
Fumble.
that time.
Lost the ball. Goes to Shikellamy.
Did they get the ball?
Yes, they did.
Shikellamy recovered the ball.
I don't even know if Brett had the ball. The defensive tackle came in right away and hit him, and I don't think he had possession of the ball, and it popped out.
I'll tell you what, look at the lights shaking here. You see the lights on the field, how much
they're
they're shaking
wobbling
back and forth. This is definitely windy here.
4:15 left in the ball game. Paul hands off to Fatul. Tries it on the left side. Tackled by Shikellamy. And also down there on the bottom of the pile, 58, Ron Davis, and 54, Jeff Evans. 28, Molisevich into the ball game. Also number 5, Gunther into the ball game for the Red Tornadoes. He'll take the safety position in place of Nick Gretzky.
That he will.
Molisevich, number 28, will go in place of defensive end Eric Higgins. Fatul finds a hole. Tackle made by by Ron Davis. Also in there, number 26, Pete Cheddar. 48, Dennis Krzyzewski, and 45, Ryan McGee into the lineup for the Red Tornadoes.
I should point out, we're talking about Costello going for the 100 yards, right? For the fullback. But unfortunately, Jose is up with us, and the coaching staff probably doesn't know that he's 2 yards short of 100 yards. If he was down there, he kind of whispers those little things as he goes by and keeps Coach Williams appraised of where everybody's at, but he's not there right now.
Fatul off the left side finds some running room. Good tackle made by Jason Gunther, number 5.
Gunther saved a touchdown that time. Tough play by Gunther. Otherwise, he was gone.
65, Ricky Harris into the Tornado lineup along with number 40, which is Damian Ziegler, and 75, Jonathan Else into the lineup. Also number 53, Clayton Casella. Lawver coming out around the right side, slips and goes down on about the 31-yard line. Second down and 10 for the Braves. One minute and 47 seconds left in the ball game.
Now you're seeing a Williams trademark now. Everyone's in the football game. I mean, everybody's going to have a dirty uniform before they get off the field tonight.
Josh Paul to Fatul. And he's tackled by number 65, Harris. Also in there, 58, Ron Davis. Number 35, Brian Detry into the Red Tornado lineup, and a couple other people. 60, Jason Malakowski. 47, Steve Sinkovich in there now. Also number 67, Jason Wojtovich in there now. We lost. There we are. Lauver coming back around to number 12, which is Hoover. He finds some running room and knocked out of bounds on about the 42-yard line.
21. Matt Montgomery.
Was Montgomery in on that one?
Yep,
Okay.
he made the tackle.
Yes,
he
he
wrote
was.
him,
In on
he
the
wrote him out
tackle.
of bounds. Yep.
Well, here you go. Wojtovich number 1 in, 42 Sinkovich, Mike Sinkovich in, 71 Shoppy in. 44 John Kalinowski into the Red Tornado lineup. Detry we got. The line I'm not too sure of because we can't see the numbers. 34 seconds left in the ball game. Red Tornadoes in the lead, 34-14. Fatul. Oh, it was a fake by Paul. Knocked out of bounds by 44 Kalinowski. Wait, he did a good fake. Why didn't he do that? Why didn't he wait till there was 34 seconds left in the game to do that play?
I don't know.
56 Gary Dunn into the ball game. Also number 40 for the Red Tornadoes, Damian Ziegler.
That'll do it. Get us, he'll get us every time that way.
27 seconds. This one winding down. Paul back to pass. Looks on the fly. Oh, in and out of the hands of number 31, Brad Slack. Harris back into the game along with 67, Wojtovich. Charlie Adams into the lineup for the Red Tornadoes now, number 52. Or maybe he wasn't. He was in at nose guard, and I just caught him coming out. So we missed Charlie when he was in. Paul, straight drop back, lots of time, looks over the middle, in and out of the hands of number 35, Brian Detry for the Red Tornadoes. 37, Pete Avellino into the game now for the Red Tornadoes. 71, Shoppy back in, and 75, Jonathan Else back in. 56, Gary Dunn coming back into the lineup too, and right now they just keep them coming in and out.
Yeah, that's what you want to see. Everybody's playing football tonight. I said everybody's going to have a dirty uniform when they leave, and that's what you want to try to accomplish before you leave. Yeah, 16 seconds left. Time's probably 2 plays, I guess, for the Braves. Try to get in the end zone one last time.
Number 12, Mike Hoover, split far right. Paul fakes, back to pass, rush on by the Red Tornadoes, throws it out of bounds. 10 seconds left on the clock.
I think somebody ran the wrong pattern that time. Even though
No, that was the right pattern. It was the fake handoff to the halfback coming around, and he was supposed to hit the sidelines and continue on down.
Yeah.
And here he saw the defender down there, and he stopped in his tracks, and the quarterback threw it for the long pass.
First down, Red Tornadoes puts Wojtovich in at quarterback, number 1, Mike Wojtovich, and most likely with 10 seconds he'll just down the ball.
I was awake. I see.
So when you're in the game, you actually have some interesting things to say. It's amazing.
Mike Sinkovich and Steve Sinkovich in the backfield. And the Red Tornadoes down the ball. And this will be the end of the ball game. The final score, Mount Carmel area 34 and Shikellamy Braves 14.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
No problem. You can count on
Well, we're
me.
back here. The boys moved our cameras already for us for finishing up this game right here.
You know what that is? We're a sports show now.
That's right.
That's what happens. We're not fooling around.
The Danny Morose
There it is.
WKMC WLX 267 Sports
Show.
Well, I mean, you know, let me take a minute because we're talking about these guys tonight. I read you their names and all, but there's a sign in back. I hear them talking among themselves. He makes that like in 5 minutes before he comes down here. He prints it out on the computer, you know, on the printer, gets it all set up, laminates the thing, and runs down there. There's as much talent surrounding us up here than there is anywhere on the field. And it's amazing. We don't pay enough attention sometimes. We take it for granted. And, of course, we forgot to mention the big one here, of course, the man who we brought into the big time, George McPhee. But he kind of ties his whole operation together, and believe me, there's a lot of loose ends in this operation, so it takes a lot of string.
He was on the camera tonight again.
Yes, he was.
He does like to get his fingers dirty there a little bit and get in there.
Another thing these guys are doing too. They're going to work on getting another camera down on the field. So by next year or by maybe the Towanda game, we're looking at probably having 2 cameras on the field, 1 camera up here with us, and also another headset down on the field with
which we can talk
with
to Jose,
which
is
right.
Gonna be
So
nice.
a lot of work taking place in the studio, a lot of watching what happens at NFL games and college games to make this show as good as that. And these guys have done a good job.
Well, you know what? You know what we should do? Maybe the next home game, maybe I'll take one of the cameras, and go around and film these guys so everybody
see what they're doing, see who these
what
guys
they're doing
are.
and everything else.
You might as well. You don't really watch the game much.
No,
So you're the perfect guy for that. It's no problem.
Now back to football.
Is that
Big
why we're
win
here?
tonight.
Football,
34
okay.
to 14. Mount Carmel area wins a big one. Has to go down to Blue Mountain next week and face the Blue Mountain team down there. Do you have some stats there for us, Jose? We got some stats
don't
for
be
the
bashful.
end,
You're
end
on
of the ball game. That's right.
You're on the sports show now, pal.
You,
You're in
you
the
know
big
his
time.
calligraphy and his.
Okay, Mount Carmel area tonight rushed the ball 48 times for a total of 251 yards. They passed 5 of 7 for 101 yards for a total of 352 yards. Total offense, Shikellamy ran the ball 28 times for a total of 141 yards. They were 2 of 15 for 24 yards. Their total yardage was 165. Veach tonight, Brett had 26 carries for 161 yards. And Cassidy, unfortunately, had 14 carries, and he just missed 100 by 2 yards.
98 yards.
Total of 98 yards. Vic was 5 of 7, of course, for 100 yards, 101 yards tonight passing. We had 20 first downs to their 8. So the stats really indicative of the score on the scoreboard this time. It wasn't a game that, if you read the stats, you'd know who won the game, and that's exactly what happened. I think if you look down the line, we look to Blue Mountain. Everybody knows the importance of these games. You can't afford to lose another game in the district situation.
Right.
The Eagles, a highly touted football team in the beginning, stumbled a little bit there, kind of lost a little bit of their luster, but still a AAA, very dangerous football team. A loss to them can cripple us.
Right.
So a very important
And
game, and always tough to win down
They
there,
definitely
too.
believe they can beat us because they beat Shamokin.
That's right.
Shamokin beat us, and they're going into that game definitely thinking that we can come down there and they're going to beat us down there.
It's always a tough football game.
A big game for the Red Tornadoes here.
Yeah. We're looking forward to it. And again, I said they're all must-wins now. The final 2 games you got to win to get yourself into that district playoff situation if you want to go any further in the states.